Welcome to our third episode of Screwup Exchange, where we are going to talk about how purpose, duct tape, and Covid-19 taught me how missing direction caused poor acceptance.
Hi, my name is Patrick.
Hi, my name is Drasko. Patrick, how are you dealing with this corona situation?
Okay, I think. I have a funny story. I went to the bakery the other day, and I was not paying attention. And this was pretty early when they were starting to reopen in the restaurant, or the bakeries, or like all stores, so that you can enter. Before, you could not enter. You could only go up to the window. So now I was able to go into the store, and I really didn't see the line.
Okay.
There was a line that you had to stand behind, and it was multiple spaced out for like every 1.5 meters or 6 feet. And I wasn't paying attention. I was just kind of just walked and crossed the line.
Oh my gosh.
And this woman in front of me turned back.
Stop.
Looked at me exactly. She's like,
Stop it here.
This is my space.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. To be honest, I don't even think I noticed it. I really wish someone would have showed or like gave a notification or some kind of like a picture. But I didn't know what was going on. I could have figured it out, but
Yeah, we're just like not paying attention, right?
Yeah.
But there were markings on the floor, you said, right?
there was.
Yeah, and this is something which back in the days remembered me when I started, or where I had my first contact with lean management, or lean, however you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
So just a quick explanation. So most companies, when they start to implement lean management, they start with 5S method. I don't
Always.
want to explain what 5S is. You can look it up on the internet. It's really very well explained.
There's tons of videos
Yeah.
everywhere.
Basically, I would say it's a kind of visual management, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and we started implementing 5S, and I was one of the guys who was, well, how would you say, chosen to do this implementation stuff. And I was like very young in these days, and I was saying, okay, let's do it. I mean, I was working on the assembly line,
Yeah.
and they were looking for some volunteers to do this, and I said, okay, let's do it. And so what we did, we needed to do markings on the floor, on the material what is standing there, on the tools, the machines. So we had to mark everything on the floor,
So you're like putting labels on stuff, or are you just
like with duct tape.
with duct tape?
Yeah, if it's a duct tape, right?
Yeah, it's duct tape.
Yeah, it was a funny story. The first US duct tape. I didn't know what was duct tape when I came to the US. So yeah, it was duct tape, and we did this like for a week. I know it was a really long line, and we did this, and nobody really couldn't explain why we are doing this.
So just so I understand, so like, for example, there's this great picture of a label maker,
Yeah.
and you can put labels on everything, and some people even put labels on the label maker. It says
Yeah,
label
this is the
maker.
label maker.
And, like,
right?
I'm just thinking of the one where you put like label the cat.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that what something you're doing? You're just like putting names on stuff, or were you
No,
doing
no,
something?
we just marked the position of the part. So we did
Ah,
like
okay.
markings around the material baskets,
Right.
around the machines, around around everything which was included on the floor. And they explained we need to do this because this is 5S.
So what did they say to you? How did they explain it?
Oh, they saw this as a benchmark, and they were visiting our company in Brazil, and they were like benchmark in lean implementation. And they saw this, and they said, oh, this is what we need to do. So that's what we did. And people were laughing at us, saying, oh, that's what you do the whole day? You are earning money like making markings, or you're going to be like a painter or what, you know? And that was like so disgusting, because I didn't know why I'm doing this, but I mean, I was already in this game, so I did this, and this was something which made me think. I mean, how easily you can really screw up something which was so important. It was like a beginning of implementation of a
Right.
new method, and you just give the people a phrase or say, told them, hey, you need to do this, and we started to do this. But why we are doing this? What is the result for out of this? How it is helping us when I put a marking around a flower, which was also part of the environment?
Right.
And, how is this helping to be what better? I didn't know that in these days, you know.
Right.
And it was like similar to the bakery story when you went in and you just didn't pay attention on the markings. But in the bakery, you know what is the purpose
Yeah.
of this marking is that you are keeping the distance to the people and so on. And this is what it was not my screw up, but I was part of the big screw up.
Yeah, but it was part of what you were being told what to do
Right.
in a company.
Yeah.
And what would you have done differently? Like, so for example, how would you improve doing this in the future?
For sure, and this is one of I mean, I've learned it on my skin. We would say in German is that how much people were like joking with us doing this thing because they even didn't understand why we are doing this. So it was for us. It was not the purpose was not clear. So, and I cannot even blame the guys who are told us this, our supervisors, because they didn't understand the purpose as well. So it was something like, we need to do this. It's something new. We need to change something. So let's do it.
Yeah.
And we kept doing it. And I mean, the 5S, the visual manager, is a very powerful tool. And we didn't implement it very well at the beginning, and we were like, as you said, doing labeling everywhere just to look good. And but the purpose, how to deal with this, how to use this method or this tool for standardization, for maintaining the standards,
Yeah.
was not really well explained. And that's what I do now when I'm doing a project. I'm really focusing on explaining every step. What is the next step? What is the importance on the step, and why we are doing it? So to say, the why of
Exactly.
is very, very important to explain. Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a lot of lean projects, and 5S is usually one of the basic things that you always start with. So if you are going to tell your younger self, again, like I know the guys were talking about, it's like, okay, this is lean. We need to improve. I mean, these are topics that you're kind of explaining how you want the 5S to work.
Right.
But I would say that the connection was not there. It's just like, how is duct
Yeah.
tape
Yeah.
connected to purpose, and how is duct tape connected to why you should be doing this? So
Right.
like, do you have like a good way to explain like why you should always start with like the purpose, or like why it's
Yeah.
like us?
I think this is exactly a good example. I mean, if you can explain to people something which they are facing in the day-to-day life, like, for example, with the markings in the bakeries right now,
Yeah.
or in the supermarkets, and connect the reason, the why behind these markings to, for example, the markings they need to have in the company, I think then it's much easier for people to understand what is the purpose of this is to make mark something, that you keep a standard, that you maintain a distance, that you maintain a material flow, and so on. So I think that's I'm trying always to connect something with something what they know are out of the environment, and it helps a lot if you
Right.
can connect to them.
Okay. So if you were able to summarize in like one or two sentences or statements, like what is the most important thing that the listeners should take away from this?
I mean, for sure, explain always when you're involving people in something and they want to follow you, the reason why. So what is the purpose of this task? What is the purpose? What is the outcome? And why is it important for their results, for the company, for whatever they do?
We don't want our screw-ups to become yours. Watch the next episode and see how COVID-19, haircuts, and meetings are connected.